afternoon to everybody. Welcome to Unacademy. Hi guys, I'm Vani Mehra and I welcome you to the YouTube session today. Welcome to the class, guys. Just give me a second. I'm sorry. Yeah. So today's class is on basically current affairs that we had to talk about. So you all must be knowing that we've already discussed about the current affairs. And yes, we're going to talk about the current affairs today related to your Indian society. I hope the class was understandable yesterday when we talked about the various things, in Indian society and social justice. And you would have understood the importance of the class for that matter. So guys, today let's start talking about it. Just give me a second. Let me just start the class slideshow. And then we can start talking with the class. So you can follow me on the Unacademy Learning app. This is my profile. You can search my name Vani Mehra and you can follow me there. Okay. Better. Yeah. So this is the profile that I have. And you can follow me. I'm Vani Mehra. I'm a verified educator and one of the top educators on Unacademy platform. Not only on Unacademy free platform but also Unacademy Plus as well. My courses on Unacademy are running right now. For example, the sociology optional I'm taking in detail. And not only sociology optional but I'm also taking, governance, and I'm also taking your social issues and social justice. So yes guys, you can follow up all of these courses with me and take the benefits of the class, because the syllabus that you have to read in all these subjects is very complicated and the content is the biggest issue. A lot of aspirants come up, the learners, they keep on messaging about the content. Ma'am, how to prepare this, how to prepare that topic, how to read this, how to read that, how to make notes out of it. So there is a lot of things that you can do with the help of true guidance, the right amount of guidance that you may get. So I would really request you guys that you can use this guidance to the utmost level, and you can actually get your concepts clear when you come to the free platform and see our courses over there. Not only that, you can also join the Unacademy Plus subscription model right now, and over there you get all live and structured courses, lesson by all top educators, and weekly quiz in the doubt clearing session, which is an amazing effort that we have tried to do. We are doing the doubt clearing session. We are not even leaving even one learner with the doubt home. We are solving the doubts properly and we are taking everything very seriously. So I think that is one thing that I would like to highlight to you guys over here. So guys, if you have any problem, you can also contact us on Unacademy Plus, whenever. If in the class you are facing an issue or you've not understood the concept, the teachers are even dictating handwritten notes are being given to you. So there's top-notch content that is being provided. So you can get 10% discount right now. Just use the referral code Vani Mehra, V capital M capital without space. This is the referral code, and when you fill this referral code, you get a 10% discount on the Unacademy Plus model, and you can just look at every course which is available there, be it for your prelims or for your mains, or you can see your CSAT or your optionals, general studies, etc. So this is a brief about myself, and you can contact me the following address of Unacademy. Coming down to the social sector bills and acts, I would like to give 1 minute. I don't know why it is not opening. I'm just trying to open the class in my phone right now. If I'll open the link, I will be able to see your doubts, and I will be able to see your comments also. So you need to give me a minute. Okay. Okay. Just tell me one thing, am I audible to you guys? Audible and visible, right? So let me tell you, in your UPSC prelims, current affairs has a lot of importance, and in the current affairs, the most important section is your, bills regarding your social sector schemes, bills and acts. So they asked a lot. So I'm going to start talking about the Anti-Dowry Act 1961. Basically, this act has prohibited the giving and taking of dowry. You know why we're talking about it? Because a lot of cases of dowry come up, and society, yesterday we talked about Indian society and social justice as a complete full-fledged course that I'm covering on Unacademy free platform, and I gave you an overview. Not only an overview, I discussed with you the previous year question from the year 2013 to the year 2018. So Anti-Dowry Act 1961, see, it prohibits the giving and taking of dowry, and it had consolidated the anti-dowry laws which had been passed in certain states. It defined dowry as any property or valuable security given or agreed to be given in connection with the marriage, and it does not apply for the presents given at the time of wedding. So basically, the flaw with the system itself is that it does not apply for the presents given at the time of wedding. So the gift system still exists, and you know what is happening is people on the name of the gift are giving dowry. So आप कहते हो ना कि laws में क्या problem है? See, the loopholes are there in the laws itself. They have tried to curb dowry, but they have left one word, that is presents or gifts, which actually is doing what? Doing nothing but helping the people to promote dowry on the name of the gift. That they have given the gift to the, girl and the boy. Muslim Women Protection of Rights and Marriage Bill 2017. So, this bill basically I'm discussing here. It makes all declaration of talaq, including in written or electronic form, to be void and illegal. So all must be knowing about the issue of triple talaq which was there. It defined talaq as talaq-e-biddat or any other similar form of talaq pronounced by a Muslim man, resulting in an instant and irrevocable divorce. Now talaq-e-biddat refers to the practice under Muslim personal law. We need to understand that every religion has personal law. So under Muslim personal law, the pronouncement of the word talaq 3 times, thrice in one sitting by a Muslim man to his wife result in instant and irrevocable divorce. So this is something which is known as the practice of talaq-e-biddat. Triple talaq, which you must have heard about. So the Offence and Penalty Act, that it makes declaration of talaq a cognizable and non-bailable offence. A husband declaring talaq can be imprisoned for up to 3 years along with a fine. Allowance, if I talk about, a Muslim woman against whom talaq has been declared is entitled to seek subsistence allowance from her husband for herself and for her dependent children. And the amount of the allowance will be decided by the first class magistrate. So the custody of minor children will be determined again by the magistrate. The problem over here we're talking about is, what is the definition of triple talaq? What is the issue that is taking place? What is the penalty and the offence taking place, and how it is going to be irrevocable? We all know about the Me Too campaign that took place, right? #MeToo, which was on the sexual harassment of women. So you all must be knowing around the Sexual Harassment Prohibition, Prevention and Protection Rehabilitation Act, Redressal Act, sorry. This Act of 2013 you must be knowing, and you all must be knowing about the Vishaka guidelines, which highlight, the issue of sexual harassment. But along with this, there is one thing that has been done, an initiative taken by the government, wherein they have opened a channel, you can say for that matter, or redressal mechanism called She-Box. Now this seeks to ensure effective implementation of the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. And once a complaint is submitted to the portal, it will be directly sent to the ICC. ICC, yesterday I was telling you, is the Internal Complaint Committee, which is formed in every institution or organization where there are more than 10 workers working. and then is a local complaint committee which is associated with the government. So of the concerned authority having jurisdiction to take action into the matter. Now both Ministry of Women and Child Development Ministry as well as complainant can monitor the progress of inquiry. The ministry can also see into the inquiry, and also the complainant. They can see where the inquiry has reached. So it is an online portal that has been opened by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Let me tell you, you can be asked directly the names of the ministry कि ये particular initiative किस ministry के अंदर लिया गया. So that forms a prelims question. Users of Shebox also have the option of interacting with Ministry of Women and Child Development through this portal with an assured time-bound response. So all those who are the Shebox users, they can also have a chat over there or talk about their various experiences and problems. So after that, the most important act which becomes very important is the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. Now, until this act came, there was not a definition which was given about sexual harassment. But this act has defined the sexual harassment at workplace and created a mechanism for redressal of complaints. All those who will complain, there's going to be a mechanism to deal with those complaints. Let me tell you, it also provides safeguard against the false or malicious charges. If there is any, because nowadays what is happening is that a lot of false charges are also being imposed. So they have to also check with that the false charges are being imposed or not. It includes all the women from organized or unorganized, public or private sector regardless of hierarchy. Now we need to understand that where is it applicable. The applicability is for both organized. It is for unorganized. You people will ask this question every time and again कि कौन से sector के लिए तो दोनों के लिए है. And not only that, it is both valid for public and private institutions. So that means it has to be there. Okay. The domestic workers are also included within its ambit. So if any such activity against the domestic workers take place, the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act will be imposed for them. Every employer is required to constitute an internal complaint committee at each office or branch with 10 or more employees. So the internal complaint committee has to be there for 10 or more employees, and every employer is the one who has to do it. For example, if you go to a school, you go to a college, you go to a university, you go to an office where you see more than 10 employees working, there have to be guidelines of sexual harassment of women at workplace. And these guidelines have to be, with respect to, you can say that they are complying as well. The laws are there. There is a proper committee which is, formulated for that matter so that such cases can be addressed. I would give you an example of the university I was studying into. And I had conducted a proper project, because we used to have these term projects. And during my, graduation and then to my master's, the thing that was there was that I picked a topic which was of sexual harassment of women. And I had done a survey on that. So when I was conducting the survey for this, I got to know that the internal complaint committee was very much there, but it was not very active. And even it was not active on the, university webpage, the one which we have. So I just tried to collect the survey report. I went to the, authorities, and I also had to meet the vice chancellor of the university. And hence, after doing so much research and bringing up the statistical reports, there came a point wherein the people at the higher authority also started thinking that we need to be very stringent about the laws. Previous cases were opened up regarding students, teachers and everything that had happened in the past because of the survey. And again, the internal complaint committee became very active and extremely active. And the portal was made active on the web portal of the university webpage as well, wherein people could complain over there. So this is, I'm telling out of the thing that... it helps, For example, if you take such initiatives, you're not only helping one person, but you're helping the upcoming people, children, association, faculties who will be associated in that organization. And hence, they will be, maybe they face such issues and they need to have these because it is in the law. So whenever you go in any place and you just see, I will tell you one more example. So my brother, younger brother, is studying in the same school that I had been studying into. So it happened for me to go to the school because of certain work for him. There was a parent-teacher meeting and something, and my mother wasn't feeling well, and my father was busy. So I had accompanied him for going to the school for the parent-teacher meeting, and I happened to see on the notice board over there that the guidelines have been posted, and not only the guidelines, but with that the name of the members was also there, the internal complaint committee was there, then their phone numbers was there, guidelines, proper guidelines were there about the sexual harassment on the notice board of every floor of the school. So I was reading it and just went through it, and I started noticing it everywhere in the school, which I eventually realized that the internal complaint committee during our time when I was a student in the school was not that active, but it has been active. So Me Too campaign has actually progressed it in a way that the laws were there, it were working, but now they have become more stringent and active because people have started speaking up openly in the social media, or you can say in such organizations, or probably the cases have come up so much. So that is why it has become very very active now in order to avoid any such cases, because at the end of the day, if any such case takes place, the name of the organization goes under a blot, and even the person cannot live respectfully in the society, so it's very difficult for them, right? See, Parvinder, that is why we are talking about that such cases, we are talking about the false complaints as well. That there are so many false complaints, that is why these committees have been made in order to, you know, check for these false complaints. And I just told you that it provides safeguards against false or malicious charges as well. But unless and until it is proved the person committed suicide, so definitely it is wrong also. See, sexual harassment is not only physical, it's verbal also. Any derogatory remark, any kind of message, text, or any kind of even staring at somebody for a longer period of time, which they cannot, they're not feeling comfortable. Any unwelcome gesture comes under the ambit of the sexual harassment. Just a minute. What is your doubt, Abhinav Kumar, that I just replied to you? Well, I would like to tell you guys that this is what I'm doing. When you join me on the Unacademy Plus subscription model, you would actually get access to all these kind of current affairs in detail. So we'll just move on to this further. Let's see what else we have in it. See, the district officer is required to constitute a local complaint committee at each district, and if required at the block level as well. Now, the complaint committees have the power of civil court for gathering evidence. They are required to provide for conciliation before initiating an inquiry and if requested by the complainant. Penalties have been prescribed for employers for non-compliance of the act and repeated violation. So this is there. Global Gender Gap Report. See, the report was introduced by the World Economic Forum in 2006 as a framework for capturing the magnitude. First of all, the question for your prelims is, who issues the report? So this was issued by World Economic Forum, right? As a framework for capturing the magnitude of gender-based disparities and tracking the progress over time. What do you mean by global gender gap? Gender gap can only not be on the basis of economic terms. That is when people are working same but they're not being paid equally. People, equal pay for equal work. Can anybody tell me equal pay for equal work comes under what grounds? Equal pay for equal work. What is the constitutional mandate for that? Okay, directive principle of state policy. Very good. Very good. So, do you think this is justifiable and enforceable in the court of law? DPSP है ना, इक्वल पे फॉर इक्वल वर्क, तो क्या ये जस्टिसाइबल है कोर्ट ऑफ लॉ में? आर्टिकल 44 कौन बोल रहा है? पंकज इज आर्टिकल 15. ओके, नो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन बेस्ड ऑन रिलीजन, रेस, caste, sex and place of birth, right? Abhinav Kumar, what has happened? What is the issue? You can ask me. I don't know if the class is going on. You can see the free lessons, you know. Over there you can search for आप जा सकते हो एग्जामिनेशन में, वहाँ पे आपको मिल जाएगा, तो उसके अंदर you will get the categories and you can get the name of the educators as well. So it is not justifiable. That means you can't go to the court and fight कि हमारा directive principle implement नहीं हुआ. You can't do that, right? So equal pay for equal work is just a direction for the state to follow. That the state, in case of its policies and programs, whenever it is formulating, it should look for this thing, that there is no gender gap prevailing. It captures 4 dimensions: economic participation and opportunity, educational attainment, health and survival, and political empowerment. See, DPSPs are expected to be met by the state, but this is not compliant on them. That means it is not compulsory, it is not binding. The reason is because it's not justifiable. No citizen can go to the court and say that DPSP has not been imposed. So gender gap in India. See, India has closed its gender gap at 2% in a year, but slipped 21 ranks to 108. India's greater challenge lies in the economic participation and opportunity pillar, where it ranked 139, and health and survival pillar, where it ranked 141. It ranked 15th in terms of political participation and 112 in terms of education attainment. Let me tell you, such kind of data and information is not only helpful for your prelims but also for your mains. And I am expecting everybody over here who's listening to me that you are preparing for prelims. I know you will be giving your prelims. But I really don't know how far you think you will clear the prelims and reach to mains. So all those who believe in themselves and they think they will also be giving mains, for them these classes are wonderful and really useful. Rest of you who are actually feeling wasted of time or something, you're probably not enjoying, and there are few people are there, you know, become a disturbing element also. So we should not do that. At least we should let others study. See, discrimination on the fundamental rights are justifiable. People can go to the court of law under Article 32 to the Supreme Court directly and file a writ jurisdiction against it. But the problem over here is that it says no discrimination on the basis of sex, and that is a biological term. So, you know, many grounds come. It just has to be proved. And once it is proved, yes, obviously it becomes one of the violation of fundamental rights. Then there's the next topic that we have to talk about, that is violence against the women. See, violence against the women has been prevalent for a very long period of time, and we see cases coming up. So there have been various kind of cases, you know, which have been seen against violence against cases. Can you tell me which kind of violence takes place against women? Abhinav Kumar, I just told you, you can go to the Unacademy Learning app. वहाँ पे जाके आप सर्च कर सकते हैं. वहाँ पे सारा का सारा आपके अंदर ऐप के अंदर सब कुछ दिया हुआ है. Every feature is defined. You can go and search for the names of the educators and for, you know, courses as well. I cannot tell you. I think I'll not be the right person to tell you for this because I'm not teaching in Hindi. My courses are also mostly in English. So you can go to the Unacademy Learning app and वहाँ पे आप सर्च कीजिए, आपके सवालों के जवाब मिल जाएंगे. थोड़ा रिसर्च वर्क आपको करना पड़ेगा, कहीं नहीं जा रहा, बस Unacademy के ऐप पे जाइए. दैट्स इट. and you'll get everything there. All right. Just give me a second. तो सबसे पहली स्कीम है स्वधार गृह स्कीम. See, this one targets a woman victim of difficult circumstances, including the victims of sexual harassment, who are in need of institutional support for relief and rehabilitation, so that they could lead their life with dignity. So, women facing issues, they can come over there and they can live over there. Swadhar Grah scheme. Grah is kind of a habilitation, or you can say a kind of a, you can say, support system wherein they get allowed to stay and live, because women if facing sexual harassment or any kind of issue, violence like domestic violence or something, they are abandoned by their families and hence they have no place to live. So Swadhar Grah provides that you can say comfort to them at least. Give me a second. Okay. Then, who is the ministry? Who is responsible at the back? Ministry of Women and Child Development is administering the scheme, focusing on establish one Swadhar Grah in each district. Yeah, Rakesh Kumar, very good. It is incumbent upon the state or union territory to set up the Swadhar Grah in the state or union territory. It is important for the union territories and the states to do that, to set up the Swadhar Grah in their states or union territories. Next, you all must be knowing about the Nirbhaya Fund, right? So, the Ministry of Finance, Government of India had set up a dedicated fund called the Nirbhaya Fund in 2013 for the implementation of initiatives aimed at enhancing the safety and security for women in the country. It is a non-lapsable corpus fund. Various schemes and programs related to security of women are being implemented under the fund by Ministry of Women and Child Development along with various other ministries. बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ स्कीम कौन पूछ रहा था? Who was asking? See, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ scheme was launched in 2015 at Panipat, Haryana, to address the declining child sex ratio and related issues of women empowerment over a life cycle continuum. It is a tri-ministerial effort. Tri-ministerial means three ministries are working on it. One is Ministry of Women and Child Development, one is Health and Family Welfare, and one is Human Resource Development. This is the most commonly asked question in your prelims. Which scheme is run by which government or which particular ministry? कुछ normal terms होती है which you can Google also. ठीक है, every term you not I don't think so that it is to be explained every time, every little term that you think you should be explained. Pratima, let me tell you, it is basically, you can say, when any money which is not spent out of the fund, it does not go waste. It is being utilized till that fiscal year and it can also be transferred to the next year. Okay? Okay, I'm doing that. So, objective of this initiative are prevention of gender biased, sex selective elimination, ensuring survival and protection of the girl child, ensuring education and participation of the girl child, The scheme has no provision for individual cash transfer component or direct benefit transfer scheme. Okay? Alright. Scheme related to women's health. Projects 3 Swabhiman. See, recently Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology. अब 3 Swabhiman आएगी स्कीम तो आप सबसे पहले सोचोगे मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ वुमेन एंड चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट ने किया. लेट मी टेल यू, दिस इज बाय वुमेन द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी METI, which announced the project Sri Swabhiman. It aims to create a sustainable model for providing adolescent girls and women affordable sanitary products in rural areas. So this is regarding the sanitary products that will be provided to them in rural areas. According to Health Ministry data, only 12% of India's 355 million women use sanitary napkin while remaining resort to unsanitary alternative, due to which 70% of these women suffer from incidents of reproductive tract infection. Let me tell you one thing. Such questions are definitely going to be asked from you in social justice and social issues. GS paper 1 and GS paper 2 in your mains. This information will be helpful in your prelims because they can ask you little things, data, scheme ka naam, which ministry, what is the target, corpus, etc. But in mains, if you use them in your answer writing, they will make your answer brilliant. So under this project, the sanitary napkin micro manufacturing unit, semi-automatic and manual process production unit are being set up at common service centers across India, particularly those operated by women entrepreneurs. Okay? Kavish Kia Rathore, I have made them. So I have the right to read them. Okay? The only thing I want to tell you guys over here is that whenever we are putting every content in the sliders, we are trying to give you the information so that it can be helpful to you guys. And if that doesn't suit you, we can't bring in empty PPT over here और उसके ऊपर हम पढ़ाते जा रहे हैं. You can't do that. Okay. Yeah. Integrated Child Development Scheme. See, ICDS is a very important scheme. It is a flagship program scheme, and the aim of this has been around nutrition and health status of children in the age group of 0 to 6 years. They are also focusing on psychological, physical and social development of the child. Children are very, you can say sensitive in the terms of their development, and when we talk about the process of socialization, it has to be very intricate. So the foundation of psychological, physical and social development of the child has to be very strong. Now this was launched to reduce the incidence of mortality, morbidity and malnutrition and school dropout among children. Now this one provides integrated package of 6 services. For example, supplementary nutrition program, immunization, like midday meal is there. Okay, immunization is being provided so that children do not fall sick easily. Health checkups in the schools, only health checkups are being organized. Various kind of dental checkups or something or the other. After that, referral services are being provided. Preschool non-formal education, nutrition and health education. Now there is going to be a 5-tier monitoring and review mechanism at national, state, district, block and Anganwadi level. The aim is to enhance the capability of mother to take care of the health and nutritional needs of the children. If I go to the year 2016 to 17, government had rationalized some schemes such as Anganwadi services, scheme for adolescent girls, child protection services, national credit scheme, brought them under the umbrella ICDS as its sub-schemes, and these schemes have been continuing since 12th 5-year plan. So this is a very old scheme which has been existing, and till now it is being carried forward. Till now it is being continued. So that is one point that I want to highlight. So basically when you will talk about the child issues, कल मैंने आपको बताया था that society और social justice में children, women, old age बहुत important groups है. तो आपके ऊपर इन पे जब भी question आते हैं, such schemes become very handy for you to write down a wonderful answer. Okay. Then we all must have heard about the maternity benefit scheme. I would like to tell you about the Vatsalya Matri Amrit Kosh. Basically, that's the National Human Milk Bank, and lactation counseling center at Vatsalya Matri Amrit Kosh has been set up at Lady Hardinge Medical College, Delhi. Now, this is established in collaboration with the Norwegian government, Oslo University, and Norway India Partnership Initiative. A flagship program to ensure that adequate awareness is generated among masses, especially mothers and related family of newly born child, about the benefits of breastfeeding. So if you go and switch on the DD News channel, नीचे आपको दिखता होगा, they give you latest updates, regarding nutrition, mother and child nutrition, and etc. So that is there. Current affairs: India strikes back to Pakistan today. You can read the news later on, okay? To enhance optimal breastfeeding practices, program will focus on the initiation of breastfeeding within an hour of birth, and that has to be practiced. Nowadays, people are going towards the artificial methods wherein even the newly born child is being provided milk from outside, packet milk or etc. So they are trying to promote it. The most important thing over here is not about providing the lactation facility, but the problem over here is that is the mother's body nutrient sufficient enough to provide that nutrient to the child as well? This is a major issue that we need to understand over here right now. We need to understand one thing, that if the mother herself does not have proper nutrition in her body, she will not be able to pass it on to the child. So the first thing before we look at the child also has to be towards the mother. The nutritious capability of the mother has to be increased. She has to be given nutritious food during her pregnancy period and everything else. There are various trainings taking place of the nurses in government hospitals like ASHA, then A&M, to provide relevant information and counseling support to mothers for breastfeeding. Not only that, government is even trying to focus on institutional deliveries also, let me tell you. For that, trainings have been given to everybody. The problem is that non-institutional deliveries are leading to a lot of issues. So institutional deliveries are also being promoted by the government. Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. Maternity benefits is nothing but the benefit that is provided to the mother because she is becoming a mother. She is having the child in her womb. And there are various kind of schemes which come under it. Now I would like to ask from you guys, what all sorts of schemes do you know? Come on, tell me. Now let's be active, right? There are so many of you who are very much interested, who are very intelligent over here. And I can get to know with the help of your comments. So let's understand what are your stake on the Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. You will tell me now. What is the Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana? Tell me. I thought you asked for paternity and you wrote wrong spellings. Paternity benefits obviously will be for father. बताइए मातृ वंदना योजना. Who will tell me? Kavish will tell me. Come on, Kavish. Tell me what is Matru Vandana Yojana. Tell me the premises of it. What is the basis of it? Everything. Sujay, Udit, everybody is participating in the live chat. Please tell me. Okay, what is? Tell me about the Matru Vandana Yojana, guys. Come on. Okay, what else? Fine. So I'll tell you something. See, the draft guidelines for implementation of Pradhan Mantri Vatru Vandana Yojana have been prepared by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Number one, you will talk about which ministry. Second thing, you need to understand that it was previously known as the Indira Gandhi Matritva Sahyog Yojana. The features is the draft guideline provide for Aadhaar linkage, number one, so that the direct benefit transfer can be sent to the mother. DBT of rupees 5,000 in beneficiary's bank or post office account in 3 installments. Number one, at the stage of early registration of pregnancy. Number two, after 6 months of pregnancy on at least one antenatal checkup and registration of childbirth. And number three, first cycle of immunization of the child. Now let me tell you, it is a centrally sponsored scheme and the cost sharing ratio between the center and the state and union territory with legislation is 60:40. For northeastern states and 3 Himalayan states it is 90:10 and 100% central assistance for union territories without legislature. So there are 5 union territories without legislature which are existing right now. Very good. See, when the present government comes up and in order to show the failures of the past government, in order to show कि उन्होंने क्या काम किया है, existing scheme को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, so that उनकी जो स्कीम की कहते हैं ना नाम हो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल निर्मल भारत अभियान इज नोन एज स्वच्छ भारत अभियान. निर्मल भारत अभियान में क्या क्या काम हुआ, वी डोंट नो. I mean, unless and until you read in detail. But the present government has done for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So everybody must be knowing that what the government has done for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. And if the next government comes, if for example the next government comes Congress, then definitely they can also change the name to Swachh Bharat to Nirmal Bharat and make the changes accordingly. So the names are, or the existing schemes are being carried on forward with the name change that is being taking place. So that you know जितना पैसा उस चीज़ पे लग चुका है ऑलरेडी, जितना उस स्कीम पे पैसा लग चुका है, एनर्जी लग चुकी है, एफर्ट लग चुकी है, उसको कैरी ऑन किया जाए. बट गवर्नमेंट अपने अपने हिसाब से कैरी करेगी ना, अपनी स्कीम को अपना नाम देगी, ठीक है. बट देर आर नॉट एवरी टाइम अ चेंज, यू नो, फ्यू स्कीम्स आर नॉट चेंज ऑल्सो. Maternity Benefit Amendment Act, anybody? Somebody was talking about maternity benefit over here. जो लोग फालतू कमेंट करते हैं वो रिप्लाई नहीं करते जब उनसे काम की बात पूछी जाए. ये बात मैंने देखी है यहाँ पे. Tell me, come on, paternity benefit. Amendment in the maternity benefit took place. Increased the duration of paid maternity leave available for women to 26 weeks from 12 weeks. Increased maternity benefit is only available for the first 2 children. Only 2 children, first 2 children. Then they extended the benefit applicable to the adoptive and commissioning mothers and provide that women who adopt a child will be given 12 weeks of maternity leave. For example, a mother has adopted the child. So 12 weeks of maternity leave will be given to them. Okay? Then, it has also introduced an enabling provision relating to work from home that can be exercised after the expiry of 26 weeks leave period. Now, it has mandated the crèche facility for every establishment employing 50 or more employees, you know, in the office itself. And every establishment will be required to provide women at the time of her initial appointment with information about every benefit available under the act. Let me tell you, what will this do? Target क्या हो सकता है इसका? एक तो आपका जो है more women empowerment, women working more in jobs, right? They want to interact with women and more what they want the women to work. Because of, you know, there are so many times it happens that because the woman is pregnant and she's not able to come to job, she loses her job. बट इसके वो भी है, नेगेटिव इफेक्ट्स भी है कुछ. कोई बता सकता है? अगर मैं आपसे पूछ लूँ क्रिटिकली एनालाइज द मैटरनिटी बेनिफिट एक्ट, व्हाट विल यू टेल मी? कम ऑन. ऐसे आंसर्स अगर आप अटेम्प्ट कर पाएंगे तो आप सोच सकते हैं कि आप मेन्स लिख रहे हैं. 4 पॉइंट्स बताइए जल्दी. Critically analyze the maternity benefit act. Critically analyze के अंदर you will have to give me 4 positive, 4 negatives. So we need to understand this thing, right? What can be the 4 positives and 4 negatives when I'm asking you? I want you to answer this. First of all, what it's going to do is, it's going to bring the issue of the working woman, you know. Encourage women to work after being mothers, okay? Okay, you are telling me the negative. Sujay Reddy has said that they are more reluctant to induct women. Yes, because उन्हें पता है कि उन्हें ये benefits देने पड़ेंगे. So that is why they try to employ more male staff, and especially unmarried women also. They are not going towards the married women because they think that's going to be an issue. But they want to hire more of unmarried women so that these issues don't come up in front of them. ये organizations का negative fallout आप कह सकते हो. अच्छा, less productivity in work. What else? First to children only, whereas in India this is not the case. But Farveez, you've given a very valid point that if there is a mother who has given birth to 3 children, or for example, if she has had 1 child in the beginning and then she has twins, what about such a mother? Very good. Okay, yes. Private sector is not that regulated and free market, okay? More reluctancy will be there. Women sometimes are being stressed in private sector. Less hiring of women in private sector. Very good. So you all can write down the points. Amazing. Moving on to the next. The online portals Nari and E-Samvad. Government has launched 2 online portals, Nari and E-Samvad. What is this Nari and what is E-Samvad? See, Nari. Due to scattered information on various women-centric schemes, there is so many women-centric schemes, but the problem is that they are not there at one place. सारी की सारी schemes अलग-अलग जगह पे exist कर रही है, अलग-अलग platform पे exist कर रही है. So, due to the scattered information on various women-centric schemes or legislation, there is a lack of awareness among people regarding the same. To address this problem, government launched the Nari portal as a single window access to information and services. What is it? It is a mission mode project under the National E-Governance Plan designed and developed by the National Informatics Center, Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology. This is very, very important. What do I mean by the word mission mode project? Mission mode project का मतलब क्या हुआ? Tell me. It's like a mission and they have to complete it no matter what. Your comments are coming up, but it's little late, like around 5 to 10 seconds. So I'm just trying to just see. Private sector, okay. Companies don't show interest in women empowerment. More aggressive hire and fire policy. Very good, Sujay Reddy. Sujay Reddy, this point is very good. More aggressive hire and fire policy. Very nice. Targeted. Mission mode project means working like mission. Okay. So we need to understand this, right? E-Samvad. It is a platform for NGOs and civil society to interact with the Ministry of Women and Child Development by providing their feedback, suggestion, put up grievances, share best practices, etc. संवाद का मतलब क्या है? बातचीत करना. So this is the whole mission of the project that they are trying to focus. एक मिनट रुकिए. I'll tell you a little more current affairs. We do have a time of 10 minutes right now, so we can talk about few things. Let me tell you that 13th of January 2019, we had celebrated the National Youth Day. And India celebrated the National Youth Day on January 12th, basically, to commemorate the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. So, Swami Vivekananda as a personality is very, very important, and it can be asked in your mains examination for that matter. Now, this is celebrated on the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. So, the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda and ideas for which he lived and worked would be a great source of inspiration for the Indian youth. So the government aims to imbibe the students and youth with the philosophy and ideas of Swami Vivekananda, the man who brought a change in the thought process of the Indian youth. Okay? Then we can talk about one more current affair which I have with me right now, which is that railways had extended e-ticketing facility for differently abled passengers. So differently abled passengers, the e-ticketing facility has been launched for them, so that who are differently able, such as orthopedically handicapped, hearing and speeching impaired persons, mentally challenged or vision challenged, these passengers will be given photo identity card through which the facilities of e-ticketing can be availed for booking of rail tickets. I'm telling you all those important schemes that probably you can help out when we talk about your Indian society and social justice current affairs. So there are n number of current affairs. Just let me tell you one thing. I'm just trying to incorporate a lot of information which I can in the class, because there is so much that we need to talk about, and this is just 1 hour that we have. But guys, you can follow me on Unacademy free platform. I have started with 2 new courses. One is the February editorials. Okay, daily February editorials I've started, and that is going on for the 2019. All of them are going to be finished. 2 days are left. That's it. And after that, एक मैंने नया कोर्स शुरू किया Unacademy free platform पे, which is the most important editorials for the entire 2018 and 19 for prelims 2019. So जहाँ से question expected, I'm telling you the questions also which can be asked. You can follow that course on Unacademy free platform by me. I'm sorry. एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम है पोषण अभियान, पता होगा आपको, न्यूट्रिशन के लिए. योजना मैगजीन पढ़ी है किसी ने न्यूट्रिशन की? नहीं पढ़ी है तो अनअकैडमी पे जाके आप मेरे योजना के समरी कोर्सेज भी देख सकते हैं. तो आई हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड इट. See, UNICEF representative in India, Yasmin Ali Haig, had made the few observations about the Poshan Abhiyan. Poshan Abhiyan, which focuses on reducing stunting, problem of stunting, undernutrition and anemia in women and adolescents through direct cash transfer, is a massive step towards eradicating malnutrition. Poshan Abhiyan has got global recognition for its effort to eradicate malnutrition, very, very important. And cash transfer under the mission provided additional support to the family income. Hence, Poshan Abhiyan is a massive step which realizes the need for eradicating what? The problem of malnutrition in India. Okay. Basically, this was started under the National Nutrition Mission, the Poshan Abhiyan, and it is a flagship program which was started by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Very, very important. You need to know this. And it is aimed at improving the nutritional status of children from which age? 0 to 6 years. Adolescent girls, pregnant women, lactating mothers in a time-bound manner during the next 3 years, beginning from the year 2017 to 18. Okay? And it aims to achieve convergence with various schemes like Anganwadi services, Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, the one which we did. ये वाली Matru Vandana Yojana, इसकी convergence, scheme for adolescent girls, Janani Suraksha Yojana, National Health Mission, Swachh Bharat Mission, Public Distribution System, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Then the UNICEF head also pointed out that the current policies are majorly focused on pregnant mothers and lactating children. But the government needs to think about how to provide nutrition to growing children as well. So that is one issue that has been highlighted. Okay? So this is very important, the Poshan Abhiyan. I think you must read about it. And if you have not read it, पूरी की पूरी योजना मैगजीन आई हुई है बेसिकली इसके ऊपर. तो आप वो देख सकते हैं. योजना समरी कोर्स मैंने बनाया अनअकैडमी पे फ्री प्लेटफॉर्म पे. It is there. It's very much helpful, so you can go about it. इसके अलावा I'll tell you a little more. Then we have another current affair which we can talk about is can anybody tell me about the Kusum scheme that was there in news? Kusum scheme. किसान ऊर्जा सुरक्षा एवं उद्यान महाभियान scheme. The scheme aims to provide financial and water security to farmers through harnessing solar energy capacities of 25.75 gigawatts by the year 2022. Let me tell you, ये वाली जो स्कीम है इसके 3 कंपोनेंट्स है कुसुम स्कीम के. पहला कंपोनेंट ये है 10,000 megawatt of decentralized ground mounted grid connected renewable power plants. सेकेंड जो है इसका वो ये है, जस्ट गिव मी अ सेकेंड. सेकेंड क्या है इसका? सेकेंड है इंस्टॉलेशन ऑफ 17.50 लाख स्टैंड अलोन सोलर पावर्ड एग्रीकल्चर पंप्स. और जो थर्ड है कुसुम स्कीम का वो है सोलराइजेशन ऑफ 10 लाख ग्रिड कनेक्टेड सोलर पावर्ड एग्रीकल्चर पंप्स. सो दिस इज द कंपोनेंट ए, कंपोनेंट बी एंड कंपोनेंट सी. जो कंपोनेंट बी है दैट इज अबाउट इंस्टॉलेशन ऑफ 17.50 लाख स्टैंड अलोन सोलर पावर्ड एग्रीकल्चर पंप्स. ठीक है, इट विल बी फ्लेक्स्ड मैनर्ड whereas component A and component C will be implemented on pilot mode for 1000 megawatt of capacity. So you can read more about it. You must have read in the newspaper. I don't know if you're reading it or not, but it is there. After that, there is another thing that I can talk about over here with you guys. So various government schemes are there and endless government schemes are there which can be asked in the exam. एक और चीज मैं पूछती हूँ आपसे. एक स्कीम थी प्रधानमंत्री श्रम योगी मान धन. दिस वाज अनाउंस्ड इन द बजट. प्रधानमंत्री श्रम योगी मान धन. आई हैव आल्सो डिस्कस्ड इन माय डेली एडिटोरियल एनालिसिस. इस स्कीम को मैंने बहुत ही डिटेल में डिस्कस किया वहां पे. प्रधानमंत्री श्रम योगी मान धन स्कीम आई हैव डिस्कस्ड इन क्वाइट अ गुड डिटेल ओवर देयर. Farmers will be paid for the energy. अच्छा, I'm getting your old comments only अभी. श्रम योगी मानधन स्कीम. Cash to labor in CSE they lose job. Pension for unorganized sector 6,000 per year. किसान का है. Okay. So let me tell you, the Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan is announced in the interim budget in 2019 and it has been notified by the Ministry of Labour and Employment. Ministry of Labour and Employment. Ministries के नाम याद रखिए please. It is a voluntary and contributory pension scheme in 50:50 basis. 50:50 basis where prescribed age specification contribution shall be made by beneficiary and the matching contribution by the central government. तो beneficiary क्या करेगा? जितना पैसा हो सके डालेगा और उस हिसाब से गवर्नमेंट उसको पैसे देगी. हर सब्सक्राइबर स्कीम के अंदर shall receive a minimum assured pension of rupees how much? 3,000 per month after attaining the age of 60 years. If the subscriber dies during the period of receipt of the pension, the spouse of the beneficiary, जो उनकी husband या wife होगी, shall be entitled to receive 50% of the pension received by the beneficiary as a family pension. If the beneficiary had died due to any cause before age of 60 years, his or her spouse will be entitled to join and continue the scheme subsequently by payment of regular contribution or exit the scheme as per the provision of the exit and withdrawal. The subscriber must not be a taxpayer. The scheme is expected to benefit as many as 42 crore workers Let me tell you, as estimated to be engaged in the unorganized sector of the country, whose monthly income is rupees 15,000 per month or less and belong to entry age of how much? 80 to 40 years. Who are not to be covered under the new pension scheme, not to be covered under the new pension scheme, Employees State Insurance Corporation, ESIC, and Scheme for Employees Provident Fund Organization, EPFO. So this is there. I've also, compiled every information regarding it and I have put it on the editorial analysis. So you can watch my course over there. You will get more information about it. The Pradhan Mantri from Yogi Mandhar. Let me tell you, there are ample of scheme that is asked in the prelims. They ask you direct statements. जो स्कीम है उसके डायरेक्ट प्रोविजन को वो क्वेश्चन की फॉर्म में पूछते हैं. यू कैन गो एंड सी द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर्स सो यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope the class was helpful. It will really help you with the prelims preparation and your mains as well. So please take the benefits of the classes. Tomorrow we will be joining on for the most important current affairs of polity. You can also follow me on Unacademy free platform. Join the Unacademy Plus subscription model now. You can just fill the referral code, that is Vani Mehra. My referral code you can fill and get the 10% discount. So this is the referral code you can fill and you can get the 10% discount on Unacademy Plus subscription. Thank you so much guys for joining me today. Take care of yourself. I'll see you with the next class tomorrow. And you can follow me on Unacademy free platform with a lot of wonderful courses that I've uploaded already. Thank you.